One nice thing about the way the current condition of the floor pan, we can reach right up there and change that brake light switch when the time comes. That's going to be great. Welcome back to Rico's Garage. Dude's been slacking, I ain't gonna lie to you. Ain't really been working on the old Camaro. I don't know, just ain't been feeling it. Finally forced myself to come out here and work on this fine quality automobile. Goal for today, get this fuel tank out. We've got a new one right over there on the bench. We'll get it up in here. A couple other things we're going to address before we get to that. I'll show you here in a minute. Once we get that tank in, we'll get everything plumbed. There's a couple sections of rubber fuel line that the varmints have taken care of for us, so that's great, but they make replacements. We'll get that done. We'll get the fuel tank plumbed to the fuel pump and get that checked off the list. I get my safety gear on. By safety gear, I mean a hat to keep the rust and debris out of my hair, some gloves, and we'll get going. So just to walk underneath here and give you an idea, this parking brake cable here, I mean, it's practically brand new. So we're just going to go ahead and that right off there. Speaking of parking brake cable, a rat or something has totally gnawed on this, making the front part of the cable useless. So while we got our death wheel out, we'll give her a little nip right there. Come over here, give this a nip. With any luck, we'll hit this gas line and have to repair that and make more work for us. And then over on this side, we'll give it a little nip there. Same scenario. With any luck, we'll cut through the brake line and have to fix that. Come back here with our reciprocating saw. Chop there. Get rid of this mud dauber apartment complex. We'll chop off both of them tailpipes that aren't really doing anything, because you can see up there we did the Cadillac converter delete, replaced it with a single chamber eBay Flowmaster type muffler. That's fine, it'll work great. We'll get that pipe out, get those pipes out, then we'll focus on the main agenda. Get this fuel tank out that was full of gunk and varnish. Got a drain hole there. Got a little drain hole there. We'll circumvent that completely, replace that, replace the straps, then we'll get to the plumbing. All right. Death wheel action. Here we go.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible.
There's now only 79 pounds of dirt up there because 35 of it is in my retinas right now. We've unearthed another mud dauber house. That exhaust hanger looks like Ray Charles cut it off with his feet because I had my eyes closed to try to keep most of the dirt in my eyes. Sure didn't help keep it out. Okay, what's next? Here's our bolt for the fuel tank strap. I did manage to soak that with some penetrating oil for a couple days, coming out here and giving it a little tss every once in a while. Kind of afraid if we just start cranking on it with the impact, it's just going to break that speed nut there, and then we're in a hell of a shape. So I'm going to get a long ratchet, an extension, and hopefully we can either break it off or break it loose, and then we'll work it with the impact. I'm about 99.375% sure about the only thing this is going to do is just irritate me, but I'll give it a try. Uh-oh. Penetrating oil must have done something. We get lightning to strike on the other side. I don't believe it. Can't see a dang thing. Dude's a little too short. Okay. Got it. We can get that out. Okay. Got that. I don't know how well you can see this or not, but I told you in the last video that we could see what I thought was the build sheet, and it's here. There's probably less than 0% chance we're going to get it out of there. It's underneath the freaking rubber. God dang it. Why? Why? Okay. Yeah, can you tell what that says? Yeah, that's good because I can't. That ain't no frickin' way. Yeah, this does me no good at all. There's all our options right there where it's ate up, but I mean, front license plate mounting bracket, trim rings, 305 2-barrel, 61 amp generator, power brakes, floor mats, tilt steering. Pretty decently optioned car. I can't see the actual build date. Dang it. Glad I got a new fuel sending unit though, because that one is not coming out. Took a minute, swept up all the rust and dirt daubers and Legos. I think there was an old CB radio in there. I don't know what else, bones. Anyway, got all that out of the way. Gonna go ahead and find a socket and snap off those 2 bolts that hold the fuel tank straps in so I can cuss and figure out how to do that. We'll get the new straps in, and then with any luck we'll put the tank up in there. I did realize I don't have any rubber padding for the top of the tank. I think I got some left over from a previous project. I'll have to check and see. Put some hose on there, and we're ready for tank installation. Gonna come right out. Nope. Just, you know, why don't we put this thing down a little bit where a guy can reach it? $10mm appears to want to fit. I'll be damned. It's almost like this car wants to be saved. See if we got some rubber strappage. It's probably over here. The good news is I found some rubber strap. The bad news is it's a touch narrow. However, with a clever combination of this here strap and some duct tape, I think we can make it work. Here we have our new fuel tank. Unfortunately, I cannot remember where I bought this from, because like I explained to you earlier, the fuel tank was available, but the sending unit was on back order everywhere. The sending unit I was able to pick up at the local O'Reilly's, which by the time you figured freight and everything was pretty much the same price, within a couple dollars where I could get it anywhere else. That's probably where the tank came from too, but honestly I just cannot remember. So let's put some rubber strap where, guess I better check and see if it went on the high part or the low part. Anyway, we'll put some rubber strap on there, cover it with some duct tape. Man, I have got like 50 pounds of dirt in my freaking eyes. A rubber strap goes right here in the valley. So let's get some of this strap that is way too narrow. Okay, so we had our rubber that was too narrow. We went too wide on each side, and as luck would have it, we were just a little short on this side. So we did the right thing and just went ahead and put 4 layers of Gorilla Tape on each side to kind of help insulate it. Calm down. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna get through this. The damn thing's probably not going to make it around the block before the 305 blows up anyway, so with any luck, something should happen. This rubs a hole through it and car bursts into flames. If there's any piece of this Gorilla Tape left, there's plenty of my fingerprints on here, so they can know that dude died because of his own dumbass actions. So that's fine. It'll be okay. We'll get through this. Don't you worry. Let's get them straps on there. Enough of you crying about this. I ain't got all day. I don't know if you noticed or not coming out, but the tank has a little whoop in it. Passenger side is deeper than the driver's side. Most likely because of the way the trunk is, for whatever reason it is. I don't know. And does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Until you go to put the fuel tank straps in. Right side taller than the left side. So let's get the taller one on that side. Oh great, the bolt has to thread into those. That's neat. Shorter one on that side. Came over here to our old tank to get an idea of how much fuel hose I need, because I'm not sure I have enough. I may have to go to the parts store. And you can see this is our fuel supply line, and then we have the vent line. The vent line, probably just to control fuel slosh, you know, during cornering or stop and go, whatever. Comes out, goes over one side, makes a little loop-de-loop, back around to here. Well, when they manufactured our replacement tank, they said, nope, we're going to come out and stop right here. Supply, vent. Well, I don't want a long piece of rubber hose there. I'm just going to come here, probably give myself enough room to work, give that a little snip there, pull that off, go over to the other tank and just put in a short section of hose, and we should be fine. But why didn't they make the new tank like that? I don't. So we thought we'd do the right thing and take this line off and replace the lid on it, only to find out once we cheated death by cutting it off with the death wheel that, yeah, it's got more holes in it than a cheating ex-wife's alibi. So that's fine. Remember the old guy on American Hot Rod? Roy, I think was his name. He used to always go on and on about, you know, why don't people just buy new cars? Yeah. Turn him into that guy. Okay, so I went to the so-called parts store down the road with what I thought was a pretty simple request. I wanted a 3/8 plastic fuel filter, 5 foot of 3/8 hose, and a piece of 5/16 by long tubing so that I could remake our vent line here that's rusted. They had a package with 2 feet of hose. That's all they had in the whole freaking place. The fuel filter will be here in a couple hours. They didn't have a 3/8 inline fuel filter. And the tubing I had to go back and get myself because dude couldn't find it in his computer. What is this world coming to when you can't get a 3/8 inline fuel filter at the parts store? Oh well. So we tried to do the right thing and refabricable this here vent line, and our high quality camera equipment crapped out right in the middle of it. Luckily for you, you didn't get to witness that fiasco. Let me give you a little idea of what happened here. We got the tubing bender out and we made this bend and everything went great, and then we got over to here, and right when we were making that little up-de-doo there, our bender decided to just go ahead and kink the shit out of this line. That's great. So Being as how this was the last piece of 5/16 tubing here in this podunk town, we went ahead and done something different. So we're just going to go ahead and store that over there. Our kinked up mess, yeah, we're gonna put that over there where it can't hurt anybody. And let me show you what we decided to do. Much as I was aggravated about kinking up that line, I took a quick minute and thought, I know who this is for. So this is what we came up with. We really decided that there's no good reason, if you're here in Indiana, to drive all the way over to California and loop back and come over here when you're trying to get to New York. So we did the right thing and just made a line to where we can come out of Indiana and shoot over, go straight to New York. We've got our new pieces of fuel hose on here, new line with some clamps. We went ahead and reused the rusty clamp to hold everything in place because, you know, why not? So let's get the jack stand up there and get this dang tank in the car. Okay, I was too lazy to walk over to the gas station, so I stole some gas out of the wife's lawnmower. She'll never know. She doesn't watch this crap. I'm gonna pour a little lemonade Rockstar down the choke. I can't get this baby to light off. Yeah, that's full. That gives us some in the bowls. That over there so we don't start a fire. Key on. Here we go. That's about all you get out of the bowls. One more time. Yeah, that's way too much. It was running good. Okay, runs good, idles 7,000 RPM, but other than that, runs good. Runs good. there's the oil smoke from the valve covers I was telling you about. Whew. Actually, here it's sizzling. Sounds like it's on fire. Wow. That's neat. Well, there you have it. 77 Camaro running off of fuel tank. No more antifreeze jug precariously dangling off the grill there. Dude got to thinking while he was standing back there in a puddle of gasoline because his gas can was putting more gas on the floor than it was in the tank. He's not really sure he's going to go through the trouble of putting that 350 in there. The 305 seems to run decent, and the long-term plan of this project does not involve that 305. It doesn't even involve that 350. So I think what dude's going to do is just comb through his pallet rack over there of parts that he has, round up some stuff to throw a tune-up at this thing, tear down the top half of the motor, get those valve covers off, that intake off, exhaust manifolds. There's so much oil caked on this thing. I mean, it's literally back here sizzling behind me right now because there's so much oil caked on and burning off. I think if we can get that taken care of, figure out why it won't start with the key, we've got two possibilities: neutral safety switch or the ignition switch is just garbage. Either way, not that difficult of a fix. Get that, get something to sit in inside. As you've seen from the previous video, the seats are roached, and we'll go drive this damn thing. And we will have a running and driving 77 Camaro. But that's going to wait for the next episode of Rico's Garage. Take a few minutes, throw a comment down there. What would you do? Would you keep this 305 and keep it running? Would you go through all the work of putting a junkyard 350 in there? I'll catch you next time. I gotta order some parts, because I bet the damn parts store ain't got small block Chevy valve cover gaskets. I mean, why would they? They didn't have the freaking 3/8 fuel line. They didn't have the 3/8 fuel filter. Why would they have anything else we need? Man, it sure is smoky in here. At least I made a hell of a mess.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love